I can know what it is. All right,
I knew
all
it.
right.
I knew not to fucking
I,
smoke before this shit too. We would.
hey,
I'd be lost as you.
see, the good thing is that I smoked because I thought we were gonna would do seven, and so I had smoked and I was like cool, and I'm good. Anyway, Moke and friends, this is this is Moke and it is Nic D late boy. I see. Uh, but like I want to say that to start this is I want to thank you though because this is my first time doing the show like this. But like I told my girl, I said today's message of the show will be trial and error
Ah,
because knowing my luck, I know shit doesn't just go perfect.
yep.
But the good thing is too is that like I don't have like a super duper following, so all my fuckers can be whatever. Anyway,
That's what you think. That's what you think. Then when you get
I
a
know,
following, they dig that shit up.
but I'm not talking reckless.
No, well, not yet. We fin to.
I know, nigga. I want to start off by saying thank you for being on my show and how oh my god, nigga, you was killing me. This show, and I'm gonna talk my shit. Oh, but before I want to say the show is brought to you by Corona and coronavirus.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I do a little beer drinking.
Yeah, you got the court boy. Nice.
Like that's all they had. You know what I'm saying? I'm a pussy when it comes to beer, so this is all they had. So
Bro, ain't nothing wrong with that. I got Crystal Palace. That shit's $8.
oh, so you that's that throw up shit and you just black out.
If I'm lucky, trying to suck your own dick in front of your in-laws.
Yo,
I
all right.
mean,
I see where we're going. I see where we're going with this. All right, I see where we're going with this. Yo, all right. Nic, let me say first, who is Nic D? Who are
uh,
you? What do you do?
that's a weird question. Probably should know the answer to, but I do not know. This wasn't on our fucking itinerary.
Nigga, hey, hey, this was something I just cooked up late.
Yeah. What an intricate question you
I
have.
mean, the shit could have been, but when you were 2 hours late, so I just came up. I was thinking,
Nic D is late.
Kurt, hey yo, I asked you last time, what does the D stand for?
It's my middle name.
Oh, okay. I thought like Nick Dick, Nick Doofus, or some shit.
Oh,
But nah,
there's many. I'm like zero in his fucking nicknames. You know what I'm saying? I got many.
yeah,
Nick Dick is definitely one of them.
okay. By women, I hope. Not judging your preference.
I don't know what you heard. I did. I did. I don't anymore. So yeah.
All right. Yo, you better relax, nigga.
Is
Relax. Nah, but for real, who's Nick D? What does Nick D do?
I am a artist, a producer, graphics designer, uh, a father, a a car owner, a homeowner, a meat giver, and a late boy.
Yeah, definitely the late boy. So, yo, all right. So let's start from the beginning. How'd you get into music?
Um, typical story that everybody else has. Oh my brother wanted to do music and he taught me how to do it, so I just fucking kept doing it, and he opened the Philly cheesesteak truck. So we're both
Shout out, shout out
business
to you, brother.
owners.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, so your music is your full time gig.
Yes, yes.
All right. Now, before we get into that, now you said you're a graphics designer. How did that come about?
Honestly, man, out of necessity. Like when you don't have fucking money, you got to go the DIY route. You know?
I mean, well, what you do? You started on like what Microsoft Paint, and you started doing like stick figures, and you started with
Yep.
Adobe.
Yep.
Well, for real,
No,
nigga,
I started with paint.
oh, for real?
Yeah, I started with paint and went to digital image studio. Some shit came
Mm-hmm.
stock with Windows or some shit. Uh,
So, my bad. Go on.
no, and then my brother hooked me up with a bootleg Photoshop, and all the graphics that I've been doing have been on a not so legal Photoshop. Actually, the fucking warning when we first fucking went live, the fucking warning came up. Like it says,
Bruh.
you have a non-genuine version of Photoshop. We're gonna close it. So I gotta go to Control Delete and all that shit.
Wait. It closes it for you
Yeah, because
or on you?
it like fucking it reads through the cloud. Like there's a cloud now. Adobe has a cloud, and it tries to like go online and shit with whatever you're doing or whatever. And it picks up that it's not a fucking genuine version, and it'll say it will terminate the program in 60 seconds. So
What Control Alt Delete do?
Control Delete goes to the task manager, and then I go to the Adobe, all the fucking everything that says cloud, and I end all those tasks and I beat it to the fucking punch.
And then it stays open.
Yeah, because I fucking terminated the closing process that the program has built in.
I'm like a dinosaur, so that didn't make sense to me. But I'm
Bro,
sure
Control
that
Alt Delete is dinosaur shit.
right. But how are you closing the task without closing the fucking program?
I'm telling you, hit Control Alt Delete, go to the task manager, and then
Right, and then it say like the shit that you have open, then you click Adobe, and then you press End Task, and it'll just close Adobe.
Yeah, well, you don't close the Adobe, you close all its fucking partner processing, fucking whatever, the fucking cloud, the core sync, all that bullshit.
So when you open Adobe, it opens a whole bunch of shit along with it.
Yeah, like behind the scenes, backstage.
So when you said you started with Microsoft or whatever Paint, like the regular Paint, like what were you making? Because I've never seen anything that just looks like dope on that shit. But of course, it was by me doing it.
Well, I wouldn't say it was dope, but it was. I made Pacino's Pacino Land cover. I don't know if you ever seen that, but it was a cartoon of like all the respect is due, and we were all like in a circus, and I drew all that on fucking Microsoft Paint. And but I did.
When you say you drew it, what do you mean? Because like, are you talking about you had the mouse and you're just like, really?
Yes, sir.
I need to see that cover, dude.
Even to this day,
I'm thinking stick figures.
No, I'm telling you, man. Pull that shit up. I'm telling you. And to this day, I still do not own a drawing tablet, and I do fucking hand drawn illustrations on Photoshop.
On your mouse. But I've seen your work though.
Yeah.
Like, how are you doing it on your mouse like that? So you have to kind of know how to draw that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you can't not know how to draw and draw with a fucking mouse.
It might come with some presets or something.
No, I wish.
Okay.
That's like the equivalent of like, I don't really know how to draw, but I'm gonna tattoo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to kind of have some knowledge of drawing to tattoo.
Do you though?
Yeah. Hell yeah, you do.
Right, you do. But with the drawing, you can erase and go back tattoo. You can't. It's almost like beat making. When I started making beats, nigga, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I didn't have a clue. If I just kind of push it together.
Then, if that's the case, you really have to have an understanding of drawing because you can't erase. So you got to be a damn good drawer. You got to be better than a regular drawer.
Right, but I was just saying that with the with whatever, man, with the Microsoft that you could when you just sit in your car when you hate to go inside your house.
Yeah, see, right outside my house. My kids is in there loud as fuck. That's why.
You know, I'm actually surprised that mine are like not being ratchet. I'm actually in the garage, and I was gonna do this whole shit, but I was like, maybe another day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
That's good enough for one day.
I wanted to get this shit down first before I started, because I was like, hey, knowing my luck, I get everything set up and then nothing happens. Or knowing my luck, I get everything set up and then niggas are just 2 hours late. So I don't know.
Hey, you know, anything. Hey, surprise.
So okay, I'm gonna jump around, but I'm gonna try to stay on some type of a topic. One thing I wanted to ask you was this one. If you were on this show alone, what 10 items would you bring? Now, I thought about this very hard, and I couldn't think of 10 that aren't just all drugs. All right. So now we're gonna go one for one. You say one, I say one, and we say why.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna start off. I would now before what's the setting? Like, is it like you're alone in a building? You're alone on an island? Like, what's the setting?
It's an island in the show. I don't know if you've seen it,
Right.
but in the show, they're in Canada on a fucking
Mm-hmm.
island in the Arctic. So it's fucking cold as shit. And it's in September.
Okay. Okay. And is it like a pretty island? Like I'm living there forever.
No, I think they do it for a year. For a year.
Okay. All right. First thing. And now, are we in a house or is it like some Survivor type shit?
It's Survivor.
Okay.
We could be in a
My
house
list.
depending on what you
My
bring.
my list dwindles the fuck down if it's not in the house. Okay. So here's my first one. I say I would bring, and this is actually on there. I would bring my robe. Now, I say my robe because I wear my robe. I was about to wear my robe on this shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's for me, it's comfortable. I even fall asleep in my robe, and I even wear my robe with nothing, or I wear it with a lot of shit. So for me, I would bring that just because I've my co-host who's not here, but he talked me into the robe because he always wears a robe, and he would like go out eating, and I was like, yo, that's fucking dope. So that's my first one.
Damn. That's okay. So we're out there impressing the prey that we're trying to catch, you know. Well, while you're
Correct.
busy robing it up, I would bring an axe because you can chop wood with it, you can fucking kill game with it, you can hammer stakes into the ground with it. It's a
Yo,
fucking multi-purpose tool, my friend.
my list is so childish compared to yours.
I'd bring my robe and my Walkman.
All right. My next one is I would bring acid.
That's not childish, first of all.
Right, it's not because I think and let's say and I don't want to say infinity acid. I would say about if I can bring 40 sheets of acid, and I think that would I would have a lot of time in my head and shit. But now that I'm seeing that it's on a cold island, the acid would help though because when I take acid, I start sweating a lot. So I would be pretty good on the body heat wise. But I think it would also be good for some soul searching, and I can be having this alone time with myself and getting to know myself.
See, yeah, that I do agree with, but I also
Right.
thought long and hard about the drugs too, and
Uh,
I came to the conclusion that mind you, I thought of all this when I was high as shit. So
yeah.
I was like, okay, I got all this shit I'm supposed to be doing right now, and I'm not doing it. And this is simple shit, like fucking doing the laundry, you know, like simple
Yeah.
shit. And I'm high, so I'm not doing it. If I bring a
Right.
bunch of drugs on a fucking island, I'm just gonna sit there and starve to death while I'm high and not even know.
Mm-mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm-mm. No, because look at this. Let me ask you something real quick. If you were on an island for a year, would you smoke crack?
Probably.
Like, would you try all the no
Yeah,
drugs?
I mean, yeah. Why not? No one's there to judge you. You do it.
I probably would too. And now, the reason why I said that, if you're on that island, that you won't be eating and shit, like I feel like you would because at some point you will build some type of tolerance. Even when you know, I'm glad it's over, but even when I went through my cocaine phase, there were times where I'll be on a binge, and then sooner or later you get hungry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, and I think that if you have those drugs, you might occupy your time better because there ain't shit to do. So you're just and the reason why a lot of people I feel like a lot of people don't do stuff when they're on drugs is because there's so many people around. But if you're just there having the carefree of yourself, then why not? I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend like being on acid and having an axe and being like I'm gonna chop this snake and then it's really your leg or something.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's that right. Like, okay, crack, meth, you know, the the favorites. You know, I I would recommend those because they're stimulants. You know, they're gonna help you get up and do shit. I'm talking
Right.
about acid, fucking mushrooms and shit, just like you were saying, and you're gonna wind up
Yeah.
just sitting there in a fucking trip and die.
That'd be a good trip though.
I mean, it'd be a fun fucking trip, you know.
Yeah. All right. So, what was your second? Could you didn't give me a second? What was your second?
My bad. It would be the fucking the little sticks that they start fires with. These
Damn. So you're like
motherfuckers.
really on some survival shit, and I'm just on
Man,
some
I'm
like
trying to
frat boy
live.
shit.
I'm trying to
I'm on some,
live.
I'm on some
See,
frat boy shit.
you're trying to go out there and just like kiss everybody goodbye and go out there and wait to the island. What's it gonna do?
I know.
I don't know.
For real, nah, I am. All right.
Oh
So
yeah, for reals, no, I am.
the fire starter sticks. And look at my answer. Picture of my kids. Like, how am I gonna survive?
No.
How am I gonna survive? Nigga?
That's to keep you grounded. That's
Yeah, as I'm freezing to death.
yeah, hell yeah. I'm telling you.
I know. If you,
it's like the equivalent of having like you work a job you hate and you got a picture of your fucking kids on your desk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's I can see that. That's a good one too.
All right. Cool. So yeah, I would bring the picture of my kids to keep me grounded, or just in remembrance. You know what I'm saying? My favorite Rick Ross line says, "Pretty pictures of my kids, the only one I kiss. When you get a second chance, your brother with a gift." And I feel like that's me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm back in my kid's life full time and shit, and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's really like near and dear.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I could have a long conversation with you about that. But
I know, right?
yeah, let's just go ahead and let me start my car so the motherfucker don't die.
Once you start it and park in the garage and roll your window.
I'm not. You get me once, you won't get me twice, my friend. I'm not dying again. I don't fucking remember what my next one was, but I definitely know.
We're gonna do 5. We're gonna do 5.
Yeah, 5. 5 is. I definitely know you can't bring food, but what about seasoning? Like I was watching them eating like squirrels and shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, they probably taste so good, but there's no seasoning on it.
Okay, so what if you bring your seasoning and there's nothing to season? Like there's just other like, nigga, why you bringing seasoning?
So when I catch something and kill it, it'll taste good.
Okay.
I'm only half white. I like seasoning. Okay.
I give you that. See, my other answers, I don't know if they count because they require electricity. Because I had laptop, because I was thinking laptop, drugs, music, you know what I'm saying? And that I can occupy my time. And if I'm on enough drugs, I could eat every other week, maybe.
This is why I specified on the show alone. Under fucking apparently false pretenses that you've seen the show. I was like, on the show alone, not in your house alone.
I know, but you know how people do when they give hypotheticals, they be moving the goalposts and shit. So I didn't know.
Yeah,
because you might have been like alone in Fort Stockton or somewhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's really vague when you think about it. So
right, yeah, and so I mean,
oh shit.
So if there was electricity, then I would bring a laptop. But if there wasn't, then I think I would have to bring some type of portable, non-electronic water filter. Because if we're on an island, then it might be salt water, and nigga ain't drinking no fucking salt water.
You know,
so I would do that.
What's crazy about that show is I never see them like water is never a concern. I'm wondering if the fucking the station or whatever, the production company, if they provide the water, because water is like they're never like, oh, I gotta boil water and then filter it and make a water filter. They just like don't drink water. I don't get it.
Have you seen that show Naked and Afraid?
Yeah.
All right, I like that show a lot, and I remember I was watching to see how that really happened, because they on that show about to die, so I'm like the cameraman is just watching them, and for the most part, the cameraman is literally watching them, and there's somebody who might give them an IV or something, but for that show, I mean it's different in a cold setting, because Naked and Afraid is usually in like some fucking Madagascar heat or something, Okay. Well, so what you got? I think this is
Fucking
what, 4?
yeah, we're on 4. Let's see. Well, I think definitely a fleshlight. I mean, come on, man. If I'm going, I gotta be coming. You know.
That's hey, I'm not even judging you. Not even judge you. That's up there with my drug thing. It might be actually better than my drug thing.
Hold on one second. Oh, okay. My bad. I thought my electricity got turned off. What?
No, they're like, did you ask for a flashlight?
What the fuck you mean a flashlight?
and I think, I mean, I was gonna say like cell phone, but if I had to pick one more thing, I think I think it would be like a fucking maybe like a bow and arrow type thing, because I would say like, okay, no, not a bow and arrow, a machete. No, I'm out like it's a fucking machete and there's no trees. there's all these big animals that I wish I could shoot.
Birds all over the fucking trees. Yeah, you gotta have a bow and arrow, man.
Yes, I would say a bow and arrow, and with that bow and arrow, because I know realistically I would suck, but I think that just the stress that I got to do this myself would make me get better and practice a lot.
Yeah. Well, I see a lot of people. They're like weapon of choice, I guess, is a bow and arrow, and I think it's because like as long as you keep track of where it goes, you always have ammo. You can
Right?
sharpen it.
Yep. I
So
learned that from The Walking Dead.
I never seen that show. It's just one of them shows. Hey, boy, you ain't seen Alone, so we even.
I know, right? And I have it up on here, like if I see it.
You didn't even do any like prior research. Like, let me go watch one episode and see what the fuck it is at all.
I was high when I got that text, so all I thought was, what 10 items did you bring?
I was high when I sent that text. I was like,
all
fuck,
right,
I better remember what fucking topics I sent him. I don't even know what the fuck.
That's that. All right, what's your last one?
Shit, I don't know. I'd bring you, Moke. I'd bring you.
Now,
it doesn't say your item can't be a friend.
Oh, then why would you bring a girl? Why would you bring me?
They'd slow you down.
So I can beat her. So I can beat her mad as fuck stranded with you.
You know. Fucking 90% of the world's problems happen because a woman wanted to know why. They're like, oh my god, someone's coming for the Twin Towers. Go get the police. Why? Boom.
I don't think that's how it happened.
I guarantee you, not that specifically. But
I don't think somebody saying, "Oh my God, they're coming for." I think the motherfucker just flew right into the face.
Okay, well, for instance, hey, get my gun. There's someone outside, or get my gun. You see someone outside breaking into your car. Get my gun. Why?
Right.
Why? Oh my fucking god! Just get my goddamn gun. How about that?
Okay, but this is why would you want to have me stranded on an island with you, nigga? Why are you taking away from my life?
Well, I mean,
why I gotta suffer with you, nigga? We ain't got no clothes making.
Because check it out. Listen, if we go on an island together, we go on that show together, and I bring you, we get 20 items. Well, really 19.
Because I'm one of the items.
Yeah, and you get 10 items. So, bam.
Okay, but it's still suffering.
No, it's not. You bring all the hand tools to fucking cut shit open.
So once they do this for a year?
I think. I know it started September. So I think seasonal maybe. I don't know.
What's the incentive that they get for finishing?
It's like 500,000, $500,000 or some shit.
Oh yeah, I'm in that bitch. They got that motherfucker.
You trying to survive? Fuck the acid. You trying to survive?
If it's a year, just give me. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. But but yeah, I'm not gonna say that because even though I don't edit my podcast when I record them, I'm not gonna edit this. So I'm not gonna be just talking too reckless. So anyway, all right. So you finish the show, you get the 500,000. What do you do with the 500,000?
Uh, tough to say right now because the
Blowing
economy
hookers.
fucked up. Yeah, tough to say whether I'd buy a Rari or a Bugatti. Nah, I would definitely invest in something that's a necessity because I already have my hands in too many things that aren't necessities. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And speaking of investments, what are the risks you took to make music your full time job? Now, before I'm corny at my segues right now. But before we go into this, like I told you before, I remember when you were working with FedEx.
yeah,
You're a FedEx driver doing all that shit. And I remember when you told me that you were going to Michigan and you were gonna, start your career as a full time musician. And I always, what I'm saying, because you're dope. When I asked you who was Nic D, you forgot to say that you make dope ass beats. But I already knew you were doing that, and you do the engineering and all that. But like what I will say, because very few people that I know actually have followed the dream and took some losses and become their own boss and shit. So I do want to say I'm very proud that you actually have followed your dream and made music your full time job.
thank you.
So what are the risks that you made to do that? Because I know it was a lot of sacrifice and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, man, it was what I've actually fucking come to find out is that I never wanted to make music my full time job at all.
Mm,
All I wanted was to be my own boss. That's one thing I've learned through this whole thing. I mean, even before I went to Michigan, bro, this has been my full time job for like the past fucking 3 years, something like that.
yeah.
But um, I realized that I thought that I wanted music to be my full time job. Now I'm like, man, as long as I'm doing whatever I'm doing,
Right.
I'd be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that came from me having to do beats, me having to do graphics, mixing and mastering, and the music. I'm like, man, as long as I fucking say what I'm doing in my life, I'm cool with it. Cause that's like
But
straight
what
up
what
freedom.
what was the first step you took off that ledge? You know what I'm saying? Like when you said, "All right, I'm gonna put in my 2 weeks. I'm gonna just dry quit,
Okay.
whatever."
I'll give you the breakdown of like how it happened.
All right.
I had been at FedEx. No, no one else knows this story. No one that's not close to me. But I had been at FedEx for fucking 7 years. Okay,
Mhm.
and motherfuckers that were new hires that were getting home before me were getting started off what I had worked up to in that 7 years. I was making $150 a day, and they were getting started off at 160 and getting home 5 hours before me. You know what I'm
Jesus.
saying? Yeah. So I told my boss, I said, man, I need this raise. And it was just he kept promising the raise and promising the raise as most other people. And I said, if he doesn't give me my fucking raise on this check, when I get this check, I'm done. That's it. I got the check, I didn't get the raise. He fucking called me the next day and he's like, where are you at? Where are you at? I was like, I'm gone. And that's as simple as that.
So you skipped your route.
Yeah, I said, fuck you. I didn't know 2 weeks. Nothing. And they called me. After that, I took a fucking after that I went to Michigan and took a fucking like a what 3 month vacation, some shit like
Yeah.
that. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck this, dude. And when I was on that 3 month vacation, I fucking built up our beat library. I made a plan. I fucking routed everything out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the whole time I was up there, they were calling me back like, "Oh, we're gonna give you your raise. We're gonna give you your raise." I was like, "Nah, man. This is the first time I went to Michigan. Not when I moved. I took a
Yeah.
vacation up there, came back, and I decided, hey, I'm gonna move up there." But yeah, that's. I mean, there's no big story to it, man. I just did what I feel like everybody else should do when they're put in that position. Like
So
it's
when
scary.
you did it, did you have any second thoughts and be like, "Damn, I should probably go back," or
Every day, I had a 3 month old.
yeah.
I barely had a fucking baby. every fucking day I had those doubts, bro. Like, and that even today, that shit don't go away.
So what keeps you going there? I know being your own boss probably keeps you going, but like what's the? Because I don't know how you're and we ain't got to go into the whole pocket watching situation, but I'm pretty sure I'm not pretty sure, but I'm probably sure that there were some days where or weeks where maybe you didn't get a sale or maybe you didn't do nothing. So
Yeah,
so to be like, yo, I'm gonna just say fuck the guarantee money and just still grind and
yep.
like
Because you know
how
what? What really kept me going, man, was honestly like those times in desperate. I've gone a whole month without no fucking money, but then towards the end of the month, I'm like, okay, come on, man, you're gonna be
yeah
homeless. You're gonna be homeless. Is that
yeah.
what you want? You go even if you go get a fucking job right now, you ain't gonna get money for 3 weeks. So it's either do
What
that,
job you working at when you start you get paid for three
boy.
weeks?
They fucking they hold your first paycheck every fucking time. I have 9 to 5 enough to know that they hold your first
Yeah.
paycheck, and then 2 weeks later you get your first paycheck, and it usually doesn't have that second week because it was on the next pay period.
Right.
I
I
know.
mean, one time, nigga, I started a job, nigga, and they were like, all right, well, your first day, and they were like, oh, it's the end of the week, nigga, my first. So I just had like 8 hours on one check, nigga.
Oh, they gave it to you though. Hey, that's shit.
Yeah, yeah,
That's money,
hell
man.
yeah,
Shit.
yeah, nigga, I was winning by the eighth, nigga, fuck out of here.
I'm saying, man, but like that fucking that fuels. I think it's failure more than anything because I've
Are you
always told
scared? Are you
myself
scared of failure?
I'm fucking terrified of it, and like keep that shit over there. I'm doing whatever I can to stay away from that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's a big fuel to whatever the fuck I do every day.
Yeah.
You know, and then
So
like
okay, my bad. Go ahead.
nah, you good? My fucking my kids, bro. Like they don't. I'm not like all these other people out here that have like they can just go fucking pawn them off on their mom and their dad and you know
Right.
whatever. Like
I
my
wish I
mom's
could
lives
do that to
300
mine.
miles away. You know,
Yeah.
so I mean my kids are just they
So
got me.
were they going with you like when you was in Michigan?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean that's one of the biggest things that fueled me is once you become because I used to think having a kid, even though you weren't a full time fucking parent, that
Mm,
you knew what it was like. But no, it's a totally different fucking thing once you're a full time
right.
fucking parent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not like okay, drop them off after the fucking 2 days and then go do what the fuck you want. It's like nah, that's
Yeah.
not how this shit works. Like that's why I was late because I had to go get my kids fucking food when I got home. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right. Nah. That.
but
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's
So when did you? And I don't mean made it in a sense, but when did you wake up and be like, yo, like, all right, like this is it. Like I'm my own boss now. But like after all this shit, when you finally felt comfortable to be like, okay, now I'm gonna be okay. There's revenue coming in and shit like that.
I think I haven't allowed myself to feel that yet because
No.
the second that I feel like I do is the second I'll get complacent and kick my fucking feet up.
Yeah.
Like I and the minute you do that when with this shit, it's like that shit will go away fucking overnight because I've been on the brink of doing that shit before, kicking my fucking feet up because my money was good, and then
Yeah.
the money gets spent. Oh fuck, wait. I don't got a fucking Friday's payday type shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I gotta keep fucking like this month was a really good month. And even though it was good, I kept fucking working. I kept
Yeah.
fucking working like I was fucking like I didn't have anything. So it just stacked up and stacked up on top of it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm still learning some tricks of the trade and everything to this day, but
So you have like a what LLC?
I don't I honestly don't know. My brother handles that shit, but I
Okay,
think
so
we
but
do.
you do have like you're on paper on business.
Yeah, yeah. And we have the I think we have BMI as our publishing too.
Okay, yeah. Cause
PRO.
I was gonna ask, are you getting like cold sales? Are you getting like royalties? Are you both?
Yeah, we did a album with a or just one record with pop star from Canada,
Yeah.
and we're a team on that, and then we've done beat tapes with other producers, and we're getting a little bit from that. It's just a little bit. Is if you can, my advice to anyone is if you can dip your pen in as many inks as possible, you can write a longer
Mm.
letter. You know what I'm saying? So
Explain that.
so basically, like where you don't where you think a certain thing is going to bring you a little bit of money,
Yeah.
a little bit of money a lot of times equals a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So if
Gotcha.
you work with a bunch of artists that are bringing you a little bit of money, it sometimes can pay off more than working with an artist that's one artist that's bringing you a decent amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
So how do you so you have all these different crafts that you do, and so since you're your own boss, how do you have like a planned schedule? Like, all right, I'm gonna do beats at this time, I'm gonna do artwork at this time, or does it just come however? Because if you have a schedule like that, what about if the inspiration isn't there?
yeah, I'm a very fucking scheduled person, man. But
Mm,
it hasn't worked out lately. Like I'm always like fucking doing a million fucking things at once. Like I wake up and
right.
my schedule that I wrote the night before is completely in disarray because I woke up to three more fucking orders or fucking whatever, you know. So I have to really prioritize like, okay, who paid? Who paid is the biggest thing. Who paid
Right.
first up front, and who paid out of who paid first. You know what I'm saying? But then
Right.
also you have the person that wants a hand drawn fucking logo, and then the person who wants a fucking one track fucking 1 minute song mixed. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you gotta learn to prioritize what can you do the fastest. Do that, knock it out. Do that, knock it out. You know, so that's how I
All
fucking prioritize my day.
Yeah. All right. So, but okay, I get it. But if somebody says they want to beat, like, what are the time frames you making beats? 'Cause I know, like, sometimes if I make a beat, like, if I make a beat, just for me, it might take like 15 minutes to like a couple hours. I'm just fucking with it. But if it's with somebody else, then I kind of have an inspiration, so it might just take like 15 to 30 minutes. But if you're having say three orders of beats and then two orders of drawings, like after your first like beat, are you like just kind of wiped out from it, or you just keep going, or is it the money that motivates you? Do you force
Um,
it?
it really there's so many variables, but I'm very fucking wiped out after doing one beat or one mix or one graphic. But then I'm like, okay, it's time to reset. Go outside, fucking smoke a joint, do something, you know, just reset your fucking mind, let your ears and your eyes rest, and then go back to it and be like, okay, I'm a new person right now. I didn't do all this shit before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
it's crazy because as long as I've known you, like whenever I was in the vicinity of you, you could never smoke, and now I'm gone, and you're just all this high motherfucker doing all types of shit.
bro, honestly, it's because I think I like all the stress that I had, I dealt with it
Mm,
and I kept it and I fucking hoarded it, you know what I'm saying?
right,
And now it became too much. The more shit that I had on my fucking plate, I fucking sit down to do one thing and I can't focus because I got a million other things in my fucking head. But when I
right,
smoke, I can fucking zero in. And this is what I'm
yeah,
doing. This shit over here don't matter. This shit over here don't matter. This is what I'm
yeah,
doing. You know? So
yeah. I kind of get like that, but it's like for me, it's like when I smoke, like the first high, I will be productive, but the shit in between, I'm like, But then when I get like just stupid high, then I'm pretty productive
yeah.
because I'm just in like a straight tunnel vision shit.
It
You know what I'm
really
saying?
bro, to me it depends on like I don't know, what do you prefer, indica or sativa?
Um, honestly, I prefer if I'm gonna be doing shit, I prefer sativa. You know what I'm saying? But before bed, I'm an indica guy. My
Yeah.
girl, she my girl like doesn't it doesn't really matter, but I think she likes the indica better. But I just like that towards the night. But if I'm in the day, I like this sativa, and just because I'm such an introvert, so like with the sativa, I become a little bit more outgoing. I talk a little bit more and all this shit.
Yep. Yeah. I'm the same exact way. And people look at me like I'm a fucking weed snob and shit. They're like I'm like, hey, what strain do you have? They're like, what do you mean
Yeah.
it's weed? Like, man, come on. I need to know what I'm smoking. Come
See,
on.
yeah, I know. But see, I say this: if you buy from a dispensary, yes. But if you buy from like your local plug, it's almost like like you. If that's what you got,
Bro,
that's what you got. Because
because
if the nigga say I got this and you don't like it, like, and that's all you got to choose from, you gonna take it.
I won't smoke.
But I feel you. Oh, you won't?
Yeah. No,
You're
I
one of
won't.
those.
Bro, no,
Oh,
because I'm telling you, indica, I can smoke it, but like for the longest, the whole reason I didn't even smoke weed to begin with was because all I
paranoid.
ever smoked was indica. And I'm like,
Oh,
man, this
okay.
shit just fucking like
Oh,
uh, on
yeah,
the couch
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
So, but then I discovered sativa when I was in Michigan, and I
yeah,
was like, wait, hold up. Like I can
yeah.
fucking focus, you know. So
Right, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Now I actually wanted to talk to you about this because this is actually a good one. Should local artists bring structure to a scene that doesn't want structure?
what do you
I'll
think?
let you answer first. Okay, okay. What I think, I actually thought about this, and I think yes, because okay, it's like that when they say when for a change to come, many people have to die before a change. So I think that if somebody wants structure, you got to go out there and make that structure. And yes, you might not get the response that you want, but you might have to be the one to die for the sins of everybody to get that structure. You know what I mean? And because if a I don't think if a place doesn't want structure, maybe it's the place doesn't know how to have structure. Because my nigga, like we came up rapping in West Texas, you know what I'm saying? And West Texas has been to me like the universe, like it's structured, there's no structure. And I mean, rest people's soul, whatever. But I feel like during the Spider Streets era, I mean, even though how fucked up whatever he did, but
Yeah.
I think that had a little bit of structure. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. It's hard because when you have the nigga who can create the structure, but he wants to be the rapper too, so it's gonna be around him. But if that person is cool with not having no shine and just being like, I'm gonna make this about the artist, then you can create a structure. But if there's something that's not there or somebody doesn't want it, you just have to teach them. You know what I mean? And if it goes to the point where they're like, no, fuck this shit, we don't want it, then yeah, you just move on. But I believe that you can create a structure, but you just might not be the one to blow up off of creating that structure. But you can die knowing like, hey, I was one of the pioneers who helped bring this shit up. What you think?
Yeah. Okay, but like, okay, you said it perfectly. It's got to take somebody who doesn't want shine,
Right.
that genuinely does not, because like for real, that's what another thing I was going to talk about is like I'm building a team right now, and I know a lot of like, for instance, video people. I know a lot of video people that there's nothing wrong with it either, but video people that are also artists, you know, a video person that's an artist as well is really not somebody I would want like on my team, because ultimately I feel like we're competing for the same position. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I mean, it's natural. I want like the guy that I'm working with right now. He's a barber. You know what I'm saying? He's not an artist. He's a barber trying to get into doing videos. And
Right.
so I feel like you said, it takes someone who doesn't want to shine, that genuinely fucking just wants some like structure for whatever they're doing.
Right.
That's like unheard of in West Texas. And I've learned that because I've been that dude since fucking I was 15. With all my boys, I was mixing all of our songs, I was making all of our beats. Literally none of them anymore are rapping. None of them. Not
Right.
fucking one of
Yeah.
them except for me. And then we moved past that to Dropout Boys. And
Mm-hmm.
my boy Beam, me and him are still cool, but he don't rap. And I was making all of our beats, mixing all of our
Right.
songs. Okay, so then we go to Respect Is Due. and I was fucking making the beats, not all of them, of course, and mixing all that shit. And then after, God bless his soul, after Busta passed away, Pacino's trying to fucking like bring shit back together, but I've been noticing it. It feels like shit doesn't want to be brought back together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
And
the scene's different. The scene's very
and
different.
yeah, so rest in peace, Booster. And I think, man, like it sucks that, Booster passed away and all that shit and rest his soul. But I think that showed that he was the glue to that shit. You know what I'm saying? That
Exactly.
that he was that mastermind, and I fuck with Pacino hard. But it's like when the leader goes or whatever, and it's just not that you don't want to take order from somebody else, but it's just not the same.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I mean?
think
And plus Pacino was gone while Booster passed. You know what I'm saying? So he couldn't just pick the torch up right away. He had to wait a little bit. And I mean, I get it, and I'm glad that y'all have like the Booster Fest and shit out there. But I totally feel what you're saying based on
yeah, I wasn't even able to make it to that, but there's a lot of people that use his name, they use his name for clout. And I quit fucking with them a long time ago. I'm not
that.
gonna
Right.
say no fucking names, but I quit fucking with them. I don't follow them, don't talk to them, no nothing. Because I mean, there's people like genuinely trying to pick up the pieces from this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And try to fucking make something. Like that's just gotta be hard for Pacino and for Sapo
Mm-hmm.
and for fucking Hobby to fucking constantly just keep dragging what's reminding them of their brother, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really think that there's too much people there's too much of people looking out for themselves for there to ever be structure
Right.
with this scene. I don't know if it's just West Texas. It might be everywhere, but
I
I
mean,
know
it's. I think that it's gonna take that one person that has to blow up, because even here in Austin, there's some type of structure, but there's still like it's a battle for it. You know what I mean? So there's not structure, but there's people in the city that excelled. You know what I mean? But it's like it stays good, and then once people excel here, they usually go where? L.A. or New York. You know what I'm saying? And so once they're gone, then it just kind of just falls back to Wonkville, USA. And then with all the new artists and shit coming up, like they're good, but a lot of them don't have the same values as us old school artists do have.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of the new cats, man, I swear to God, you stand in a room full of rappers, you're standing in a room full of people who think they go harder than you. I promise you.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up feeling because me personally, I don't give a fuck. And I'll admit when people go harder than me. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to
Yeah.
me, it's not fucking important. I'm only trying to be better than my last release. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Hey, okay. I have two more questions, and only reason why I say that is because I fucked up and I didn't fully charge my phone, and I was gonna go get my phone charger, but I'm kind of trying to think professional. I feel like that wouldn't be professional for me to get up and run and go get it. So
leave me here like Garth.
I know, you know what I'm saying, and I'm like, you just look at the camera, the motherfucker just be like flagged or some shit. But okay, this one really quick, and I didn't type this one out, but who do you think? And let's be honest, who do you think you watch that versus shit, or you know what that versus shit is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now not song by song, but and this I guess it's the kind of toot our horns. Who would win out of a 10-song versus Dropout Boys, Sister Tomoki, but rating not songs, but just rating off the performance?
Fuck. Okay, so we talking like back in 2012,
Yeah, like that 2010 to 2012.
bro. I gotta say, I don't know, cause you were the only person that we were ever like, fuck.
Right, and
Like,
here's what I say. I feel that I would probably start off very strong, but then I feel towards the end I would dwindle down because what I learned from a lot of my performances, my most energy was either like the first couple songs or the last couple songs. And what I noticed about y'all shit is y'all's energy was the whole fucking set. And so yes, y'all were the only ones where I was like, damn, like I want to go before these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, that's how we were with you.
Yeah, I thought about that earlier, and I can admittedly say that I think that if we went from a performance versus, I think y'all crushed me. Now I don't think it would just be like a skunk, but I think y'all would demolish me.
It would definitely be like
I had a lot of me just rapping songs and rapping about shit, but y'all had everything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had shit that
we wouldn't really talk about shit. Like we didn't have quotables in our live sessions or our live performances.
But y'all had hooks. Y'all had hooks and beats. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all had that energy. And I think with me, like mine is just that I have energy and I'm just so animated. You know what I mean? But I'm having so much of the quotables or the hooks and shit. But yeah, I would say that y'all would win that. If it was out of 10, I think it would probably be like y'all would probably get like 7 or 8 on me.
Yeah, I see. I didn't think about that until you brought it up, and that's a very good fucking point because we kill ourselves the entire fucking set. We threw up on stage so many times nobody even knew because we just didn't miss a beat. You know.
See, I almost threw up one time, well, a couple times. And that's why I quit smoking weed before my performance because I would smoke and I started drinking and then jumping around. And then one time I was rapping, nigga, and I had to just like, nigga, bro. I've had a couple times where I almost threw up on stage.
I was with, we were performing at Cabanas, and I think it was Smuck that was right there. And I was rapping, and then because me and Bean's rule was always, you see me put down my mic, you pick yours up. You know what I'm saying? And I saw Bean saw me put down my mic, so he picked his up, and I fucking back to rapping, and I threw up right by Smuck's fucking shoes, and he looked at me like, "What the fuck?"
Kind of some epic. That's epic shit. But yes, I'm pretty sure Smuck was very mad at that. Now, last one. This is what I want to know. Upcoming projects for Nic D. Now, I will say that you sent me a track, I think it was a week ago, and I was very impressed. And I was actually letting my girl hear Don't Want to Die in a Small Town. And I play West Texas weather literally like once a week. So I'm helping on your royalties. But what I heard from that track that you sent me was you're already a polished rapper, but it was polished. You know what I'm saying? Oh, fun fact. You know, polished is lowercase, but when you capitalize it, it's Polish.
Wow.
I know, nigga.
Wow. Damn. What if I use it at the beginning of a sentence? Like polished, bitch.
That was a joke that was said. I saw that from Neil deGrasse Tyson. But
God damn it.
Real quickly, because I'm on 5% now. What you got coming up? When is it dropping?
I got a video coming up, and it should be dropping at the beginning of February, before Valentine's Day, hopefully. And it's a big fucking video, and I promise you, no one's done anything like it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, promise.
Well, upcoming projects. What you got? I know you're working on an album.
I decided against dropping an album first because my last album I dropped, I felt like my best records, like What About the Moon and East versus West, you see all my numbers, every one that has a single, my numbers, not my videos, but like the audio, 5,000, 6,000, 4,000, 5,000. Then you see the ones that don't have videos, 500, 400, 300.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, well, let's just back this up. I prefer albums. So I'm still going to drop an album because I hate fucking Pandora thinking that I like MGK just because I listen to Doobie. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So I like albums. You know, I want to hear one artist. I want to hear them. So I'll drop a album, but right now I'm just focusing on a song is a campaign in itself, like it's its own album. You know what I'm saying?
So you're strategizing.
Yeah. So I've been.
But do you have an album cooked up?
Yeah, I'm about 5 records in, so we're going for
so
10.
What's the release? When are you trying to drop it?
Probably at the end of the year, because I don't want to take away from any of the singles from it, because it's all going to be a compilation of the singles, maybe with a couple more songs or some shit. But I don't want to take away from each song having its moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I feel like the world's headed to right now, man. We're out of the album phase. We really are.
Do we have a title?
The album title is Family Circus, and it will make sense when you see what's going on with the album. And the first
artwork.
And yeah, when you see the artwork, you know I'm all about that shit, man. I'm all about fucking aesthetics, bro. But the first single that's coming out from it is called Normal Family, which is the one you heard.
Right. Nice. And before we go, any last words? Tell the people where they can find you.
Instagram Dropout OG, Facebook Nic D Dropout OG. Just search for me, Nic D Stevenson. You'll find me anywhere. If you see a fuck with long hair and glasses, that is not me. He's a very fucking talented artist, but it's fucking not. And I wish it was me. This.
Is that right?
God damn.
Hey, we got to do this again. My bad that I should have my phone charged a little bit more, but
no, you good, bro. Late,
It all set.
We got an hour.
Hey, Nick, bro. I appreciate you, bro. I love you, man. I need to come out there soon, but we got a link. And thank you for being on my first live podcast, Moke Friends. Shout out. Any shout out?
Shout out Life, man. Shout out Life.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Life. Yeah. Shout out Life. Shout out everybody. And for the people who want to follow your dreams, take some risks, and maybe I'll be more consistent. Shit. You say cellulite.
No, I said don't be a pussy all your life.
I know. Just eat it. hey, yo, man. Thank you for being on my show, man. I'm gonna hit you up, all right, bro? Good.